So I have collected a lot of uh, you can say quotes or motivating writings that whenever I used to visit um, say, whenever I used to visit Instagram or YouTube and I find something informational and I find something good to be in that sense, then what I used to do is I used to take a screenshot of that thing so that I can, whenever I'm scrolling through my gallery, I can just have a look at that. And I've got a bunch of this stuff that are piled up in my gallery. So I thought of making a video so that I can look onto these things later, and just that's it. So be so delusional that reality has no choice but to bend to your vision. Be so delusional. We always wanted ourselves to be logical. We set a dreams, we think to achieve things that are logical, we think to love the things that are logical, but that is not good. You have to be delusional to do something extraordinary, because if you are doing it for the first time, logic won't make sense at first. If Elon Musk wouldn't have been delusional, then I don't think he would have done the things that he is doing currently. So I think being delusional is a quality, not a discredit. And be so delusional that reality has no choice but to bend to your vision. If I talk about, I'm forgetting the name of the scientist currently, but if I talk about the scientist who thought of making Thomas Edison, who thought of making to levitate things, making tried to fly things without any fan or without any motor, just by charge separation in the air, and try to levitate it. And the design he proposed was looks like looks similar that of a UFO that we think aliens used to travel on. So if you want to create something that is not in reality, you have to be delusional. We can't think some first time, suppose airplane was made, we can't think that about 200, 300 people can be taken into the sky. They can fly into the sky like that, like birds. That is the result of being delusional. So be so delusional that reality has no choice but to bend to your vision. Be such a psychopath that you believe anything is possible for your life. Anything is possible, anything can be done. If you look at history, you will see that many a times science science haven't been able to explain certain types of miracles that has happened to humans, that has happened in the nature. So be a psychopath that you believe anything is possible for your life. Be so obsessed that people think you have completely lost your mind. until and unless there is a parameter that if people think that you have completely lost your mind, then it can act as a parameter that you are going in the right direction. You are following your dreams, you are following your passion, and be so restless that giving up doesn't even cross your mind as an option. That giving up is not an option. And don't confuse it with letting go, giving up. Be so committed that your worst case scenario is still better than average. That the worst case that can happen to you. And for that, I have got a very good शायरी, that is, क्यों डरे जिंदगी में क्या होगा, क्यों डरे जिंदगी में क्या होगा, कुछ ना होगा तो तजुर्बा होगा. If nothing happens with you, you will experience. And the stuff, the failure, the success is all made up by the society. They're all stories, they're all things to capture, to put a limit to your vision by the society. Be so committed that your worst case scenario is still better than the average. That always don't that thing always don't apply on monetary means only. That you are thinking that my worst case and average case, you are thinking it in monetary sense. No, you will see people who may not have earned that much, who have failed to earn a living in their life, but they are still celebrated. They are still, we keep talking about them because they have lived a life so beautiful, or they have created something that are so important, that are so gorgeous, that we still remember them, that any businessman wouldn't able to do. So be so focused that distraction physically can't penetrate your attention. That is called the flow state. That when you are so focused, when you are completely devoted in the thing that you are doing, then distractions cannot penetrate you. Like, if you choose a job that is play to you, then you can work very hard for that, but other people won't be able to, because that is a play to you, and others are considering it as work. That is why people tells to follow your passion, because it doesn't count as work. And when you do that, the concept of retirement, the concept of rest, all vanishes, because you are doing something that you truly love. Be so ambitious that mediocrity becomes your biggest nightmare. हम भूख से पले बच्चे हैं, एक दिन आएगा पूरा दुनिया जीत लेंगे. This is by Zakir Khan, by the way. सकते में तो सितारे कि हम तुम कितने पास कितने this thing will help you to understand that what truly perspective is. Somewhere in a galaxy too far to name, it is too far that we can't name it. Somewhere in a galaxy too far to name, someone is looking at our sun, the sun that we call in our solar system. Someone is looking at our sun in calling it a star. For us, it is a sun. For them, it is a star because they are too distant from us. And that's how big the universe is. That's how big the world is. And you think you are important. You think you are precious. You think तुम्हारे बिना नहीं चलेगा जीवन. क्यों कोई मुझको याद करे, क्यों कोई मुझसे प्यार करे, मशरूफ जमाना मेरे बिना क्यों वक्त अपना बर्बाद करे, मैं पल दो पल का. Anything you lose by being real is fake. If I give you the whole essence that I have learned, that I have experienced, is that be real. Be real even if it will take away your friends, even if it will take away something that you truly love. But if you don't be real, you will actually harm yourself. And that is the biggest destruction. That is the biggest sin that you can do. मुझको याद करे. To be happy, you must eliminate two things. To be happy, you must eliminate two things: the fear of a bad future and the memory of a bad past. And am I telling about future? Future that is a lie. The only thing that we have right now is the present moment. You don't know. The future may come, may not. It's a probability, it's a prediction. And the past that have already gone, you won't be able to go to the past. So, to be happy, you must eliminate two things: the fear of a bad future and the memory of a bad past. By Seneca. Make sure your life is full of. Make sure your life is full of. Can't believe I did that. Instead of should have done that. If you are in dilemma of doing something right, like not stole, not you're not doing something wrong things. If you're doing something right and you're in dilemma that should I do it or should I not, then please do it, because the guilt of not doing it will will harm you so much. If you do it, you can fail or you can win, but if you don't, you will surely fail. And And make sure your life is full of can't believe I did that instead of should have done that. Instead of should have done that. That feeling should not be there in your mind. Carlo, you are just here to experience. Nobody is going to remember you. Nobody is going to remember what you have done, what you have not. And you have a mortal body, you don't have enough, like unlimited amount of time. So please do the things. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. We all exist, we don't live. You go to a temple or somewhere, you will see a monk, you will see a fakir. When you will look at their face, एक अलग रोशनी दिखेगा तुम्हें. Not because they uses some expensive cream. They don't take care of their skin at all. They don't wore some luxury shirts or clothes. But they're internally so satisfied, so fulfilled that that is reflected from outside. That is called in our language aura, or you can say vibe that you can sense. To live is the rarest thing in this world. Nobody lives. Look at your surroundings. Everybody is running in a race that if they win, they will get nothing. ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या है. यहाँ तो जीवन से है मौत सस्ती. ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या है. If you get the whole world under your feet, nothing matters, because you can't take a extra breath. You can't delay your death. You can't change the eternal truths. ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या है. So just live it. Live the life you have been given. Live, experience the things that you want to. Don't fall for something that the society wants you to. If you don't choose what you want, the society will force you to choose that the society wants from you. And I love this. Uh, and I think that the AI companies that are currently getting heavily funded, that are currently doing great in terms of business, in terms of what you can say, growth, revenue, everything, they are doing great. But I was thinking that the processing power they needs, the amount of water they are wasting, the amount of harm that they are causing to the nature. Do we still need AI for everything? We have been given our natural intelligence by the Almighty. And yeah, AI is truly helpful for some fields, and we should restrict to that fields only that can help the human species up till that only, not for everything. And for money, every company is trying to adopt for growth. Obviously, they have to give their investors some return, and they want to grow. And we don't think about nature, we don't think about the world that we live in. Such selfish we have become. Two challenges our world faces. One is natural stupidity, and the other is artificial intelligence. These are the two challenges that our world is facing right now. Another thing is everything will work out because I am insane. Be insane, be mad, be unique, be strange. The quote says that everything will work out because I am insane. Not among the people who will live after trying 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. No, I am insane and everything will work out for me. This doesn't mean overconfidence or too much of self belief. This should be your mentality. This should be your, what I can say, be your motto. कोई मुझको याद करे. Life is ironic. Life is ironic. It takes sadness to know happiness, noise to appreciate silence, and absence to value presence. These things are opposite, right? But without the other, we won't be able to discover the good. Without the bad, the good wouldn't be understood. Without noise, we won't appreciate silence. You know what is the deepest form of slavery is? The deepest form of slavery is the hunger of being understood. Leave everything. Don't expect people to understand you because maybe you are not understanding others also. The circumstances you are going through, the mentality you have, other people don't know. And if you leave the expectations of being understood, you will live a happy and satisfied life. The deepest form of slavery is the hunger for being understood. कोई मुझको कोई मुझसे प्यार करे शरूफ जमाना तेरे बिन. You have to be always drunk. Yeah, you have to be always drunk on what? On poetry, on virtue, on spirituality, on weirdness, on being real, but be drunk. Be drunk. Because by being drunk, you will only be able to express your true self to others. And it is necessary to express your true self. Because if you live your whole life just by being another person, you are not experiencing your life, you're living some other's life, someone else's life. Why to live someone else's life? Men pray for peace while preparing for violence. See, this is good. Hurry kills presence. Hurry. When you are in hurry, suppose you are in hurry when you are going from your home to your office. You will see that that day in the road, you will miss out many beautiful small things. May you are so focused on getting to the office that you will miss out the journey. You are so focused on the destination, you will miss out the journey. So hurry kills presence. The presence, the beauty the world surrounds us with, you will not be able to explore if you are in hurry. Hurry kills presence. Worry kills peace. When you're worried, your inner peace gets completely killed, right? Doubt kills faith. Ego kills love. If you start doubting everything, now read that right to left. Okay, ego kills love. Love kills ego. Yeah, ego kills love. If there is ego in your relationship, it won't last. And if I read from left, right to left, it says love kills ego. If you are deeply in love, ego already vanishes out. You don't have to focus on eliminating ego. If you are deeply in love, ego will vanishes by itself. It is an automatic process. Because suppose if you have a glass and you want to pour, you want to have, suppose water. If you have water in that glass and you want to empty it, you can do another thing, that you pour something else in that glass and the water will automatically get eliminated because the glass is filled by something else. So like that, love kills ego, doubt kills faith, faith kills doubt. If you're in too much faith, it will kill the doubt. Worry kills peace, peace kills worry, hurry kills presence, and presence kills hurry. And we often talk about detachment, right? Detachment means to be aware that everything is mortal, everything is going to be taken away from you Everything has a limited time frame in your life. So, detachment is that you own nothing, not the body, not even the mind, not the materialistic things in this world. Nothing is yours. What that says is detachment isn't losing interest, it's losing fear. That that it's not yours, that doesn't mean that you will lose interest in that thing. This body is not yours, so that doesn't mean you lose interest in this body. You lose the fear of you lose the fear of being hurt, you lose the fear of being killed. Detachment isn't losing interest, it's losing fear. And the best results, we get the best results only when there is absence of fear. If you are fearful and doing some work, thinking about the results, you won't able to give your 100% to it. You won't able to deeply dive into it. क्षमा बुझ भी जाए तो क्या है, धड़कने रुक भी जाए तो क्या है. ना मुझको never ask anyone why the addiction. Ask why the pain. Because addiction is some form of escapism from the reality. If you're looking to someone, never ask why the addiction. I am nothing to anyone, and that is my greatest freedom by Franz Kafka. I am nothing to anyone. I am nothing to anyone, and that is my greatest freedom. Whenever I think of something to anyone, I set expectations, and that will kill my freedom. And our basic need, the basic need of human, is freedom. If you give someone a castle made up of gold and tell them that you will get everything, but the only condition is you will not able to get out from this castle, you are killing their freedom. The person will deny. Although he want the gold, he want the luxuries in his life, he want the comfort, but he will reject the offer because it is harming his freedom, and the basic necessity of human is freedom. We don't actually think about it, but it is what it is. So Franz Kafka says, I am nothing to anyone, and that is my greatest freedom. Let's be free. Imagine marrying someone so ugly that all they have is looks. Imagine marrying someone so ugly. May you find people who do things from love, not for love. Means we should do things from love, not for love. We want love, that's why we shouldn't do something. We are loving it, that's why we should. You should not write because people will love you in return by reading or writing. Should not make videos so that people will love you in return of that. You are doing it because you are loving it. You are doing it because you want to do that. You are doing it from love and not for love. How do you spend your day? Me. Philosophy. Philosophizing. Philosophizing everything. Romanticizing everything. How do you spend your day? The darker the night, the brighter the stars, the deep the grief, the closer is God. Drop the idea of becoming someone because you are already a masterpiece. In our whole life, we are in the race of becoming someone. We think we're in the process of becoming something, but the day you understand that you are something, then your surroundings change, your mentality changes, how you look at things changes, your perspective changes. Drop the idea of becoming someone because you are already a masterpiece. Chase everything you want except love and death. They will find you when it's time. The deepest form of slavery is the hunger for being understood. I've already read that. And if a man dies with no wounds on his body, but a war inside his head, did he really die by his own hand? Or was he murdered by everything he couldn't say? How beautiful it is. Let me read it once again. If a man die with no wounds on his body but a war inside his head, did he really die by his own hand? Or was he murdered by everything he couldn't say? Love never dies through separation. If it dies at all, it dies through too much togetherness, not by separation. The strongest weapon any human can possess is an unbreakable will. The strongest weapon any human can possess is an unbreakable will. Addiction to knowledge is like any other addiction. Addiction to knowledge is like any other addiction. This thing, it's like connecting the dots. I have read somewhere, Lord Shiva says that knowledge is bondage, means ज्ञान बंधन है. Like that, J. Krishnamurti says addiction to knowledge is like any other addiction. It offers an escape from the fear of emptiness, of loneliness, of frustration, the fear of being nothing. The fear of being nothing. We think that addiction to knowledge is good, but it's not. It Through that addiction you try to fill the void inside you, but you have to face your voidness, your emptiness, and you have to understand that you are nothing. And to escape that process, we are choosing something or the other. Maybe it is knowledge what the society appreciates, but that too is not good. That too is a form of escapism from the real truth. What sex gives you momentarily is the true abandonment of yourself. But when you're back again with the turmoil, so you want a repetition over and over of what that state in which there is no worry, no problem, no self. J. Krishnamurti. You pass away at 20, not 80. The coward dies 1,000 deaths. The brave one dies only once. A coward dies many times philosophically before the real physical death, but a brave one only dies at the time of the real death. I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions of years before I was born and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. Mark Twain. I do not fear death. Before I was born, I was not there. After I die, I will be not there. So, what is the problem? Just for a small span of time, I am here to enjoy, I am here to experience, I am here to explore, and that's it. Life is meaningless, it doesn't make any goddamn sense, and that's why it is beautiful. Almost dead yesterday, maybe dead tomorrow, but alive, gorgeously alive today. Robert Jordan. At 17, I wanted everything that was in store. At 23, I bought it all just to make sure. There's a line of a song, and it's good. To whom do I owe the biggest apology? To whom do I owe the biggest apology? No one's been crueler than I have been to me. सबसे दुख तो मैंने मुझे पहुंचाया है, सबसे कष्ट तो मैंने मुझे दिया है. I should feel sorry for myself. There is a great poem. Don't lose that stupid kid who believed anything was possible. That's the energy the universe responds to. Look at your wardrobe, your routines, your meals, your home, and ask yourself if they reflect the person you want to be. If not, start editing. And it's already over, and I guess it's a lot of time. It's 15th of Feb right now. It's about 44 minutes long. That's it, but I wanted to read out that poem loud. I got it from Insta. It's not mine. Okay, my story I have given. Yeah, story is good. Messages I have to. जरूर ढूंढना. हम तुम कितने पास कितने. The moment you name something, you stop seeing it. Naming is a way of avoiding mystery by Osho. The day you teach the child the name of the bird, the child will never see that bird again. J. Krishnamurti. The finger pointing at the moon is not the moon. Do not make mistake. Do not mistake words for truth by Buddha. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. Lao Tzu. These are some quotes by Bob Marley. Some people are so poor that all they have is money. Some are so poor that all they have is money, that all they have is materialistic wealth. You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. True friends are like stars. You can only recognize them when it's dark around you. People have a lot to say about lives that they have never lived. Let your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile. Your largest fear carries your greatest growth. I didn't change, I just found out myself. The problem is people are being hated when they're real and being laughed when they're fake. Problem is people are being hated when they're real and are being loved when they're fake. The day you stop racing is the day you win the race. Love the life you live. Live the life you love. Love the life you live and live the life you love. The greatest of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. We were born to be real, not to be perfect. Don't live for your presence to be noticed, but for your absence to be felt. Money can't buy life. Money is numbers and numbers never end. If it takes money to be happy, you will search for happiness. Your search for happiness will never end. मौसम का